Hi, it's me again, and I am going to sing a song for you called Not for a Moment by Meredith Andrews. And the story behind the song for me today is I've told some of you about that I've had some struggles, and I've also talked about how I know that God's with me. It doesn't mean that the trials go away, but it means that I know He's with me in them. But there's one in particular lately that I specifically prayed about me for. And it's really easy for me to pray for others. It's a little bit more difficult for me to pray and ask Him to do certain things for me. But one of the medical issues of having gone through chemo is that my teeth are falling apart, and I found out that every single one of them was going to need a crown, and that was going to be between $40,000 and $45,000, which even having insurance was not going to touch it at all. And just because I've been a little bit tired, I finally broke down and I asked God, can this be one of the ones that I get to push the easy button on? Can this be one that works out and is something that can be resolved? And oh my goodness, He answered beyond what I ever could have even thought about asking. And I found out in the last, 4 weeks or so, that there is a dentist that I've met with I've had about 5 different appointments about this. And this last person I talked to, the dentist in the office there, and then the owner of the company, they are going to do the whole thing for free. And I asked God if He would answer in such a way that there'd be no doubt that it was Him. And this office manager actually knows God as well, and she felt like God had prompted her to do this. So God was working on both sides of the puzzle, and He answered in a way that was more than I knew what to ask for. And He doesn't always answer that way. Sometimes He's just with you in the struggle. But I am very thankful that He decided in this one to go ahead and just bless me bigger than I know I deserve. And this song, Not for a Moment, is just talking about how there's not been one moment of my life that He hasn't been with me, and that He's forsaken me or walked away. He's been with me every single second. And I am so thankful for that. But I'm feeling extra blessed and kind of undeserving, but thankful for what He's done. even when I could not hear. I was held in your arms, carried for 1,000 miles to show, not for a moment did you forsake me. After all, you are constant. After all, you are only good. After all, you are sovereign. Not for a moment did you forsake me. Not for a moment will you forsake me. Every step, every breath, you are there. Every tear